Hello YouTubes, what is up? Welcome back to another video. It is your boy Strem, and we are here with a special kind of video. This is the IBA Season 3 Mid-Season Review. I am your coach of the Halifax Hitmonchan, and today, for this video, we're just going to chat quickly about the season so far, what I've been thinking about the team, our matchups going forward, and kind of my expectations for the rest of the season. So, if you enjoyed the video, please don't forget to drop a like, comment, let me know your thoughts on Season 3 so far, and you think our chances are to win the outright league. And of course, double check, triple check if you are subscribed. It is the only and best way to help out the channel currently. That being said, I'm doing this type of video because we haven't had our team builders this season. I'm in too many leagues now to really do a team builder every week for each league. So I decided I'm going to do a mid-season review for this league where we just kind of chat about the team and get more thoughts about the league going forward. So here is our team. This is done by draft pick, I believe. So we have Landorus, Therian, Buzzswole, Glastrier, Azelf, Grimmsnarl, Decidueye, Moltres, Swampert, Duraludon, Weezing, and Manectric. Here are all their base stats. Obviously, you know, we don't need to go over all that, but this is the squad we've been rocking with. We'll go into a little more depth about that in a bit, but I just want to check out the overall rankings. So as you can see, we are currently in 5th place, well tied for 5th place with the Dutch Pyroars at a record of 3-2, and we're +6 differential. JayVee and the Atlanta Victinis are in the overall spot, tied with, slightly ahead, of Wes and the Motostoke Moltres. Next up is Salty and Q, and then below us we have Lansing Leafeons with KyogreKauai and the Bouffalant Sabres, coached by RebelTrainer. So those are the playoff teams right now. The top 8 teams make the playoffs, and the bottom 6 below that do not. Just on the bubble of the playoffs, we have the Atlanta Braviaries and the Dutch Dewpiders, both new teams to the league this season. And then below that, we have the Houston Haxorus, the Hawaiian Kommo'os, the Milwaukee Medichams, and the dashing Dittos. Now, at this point in the season, I really think anybody can make the playoffs. You know, clearly JayVee and Wes up here are having a great time, 5-0. Same with Salty and Q. I think they're set to make it, but these positions here, the 3-2 teams, the 2-3 teams, and the 1-4 and the 0-5 team, I think anybody could really make it. It's really up in the air right now. So I feel pretty happy so far with our wins and losses. If we look at the schedule, we won week 1 versus the Milwaukee Medichams, 3-0. Moving on to week 2, we got 2-0'd by QtheCostaRican. That was a loss to the Chicago Dragapults. Week 3, we beat the Dashing Dittos 6-0. That was a big win. Glastrier came up huge that week. And then in week 4, what did we do in week 4? Oh, we lost 2-0 to the Bouffalant Sabres. That was also a great match by me and RebelTrainer. And then week 5, we had just beaten the Lansing Leafeons. That was a 1-0, super close match. And moving on to week 6, tomorrow, after this video goes up, tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Eastern, we will have our match against the Montreal Giga Impacts. As you can see, it was not played yet. So yeah, I think overall I'm pretty happy with the squad. I think we've made some really good plays and we've made some really bad plays. I'm still getting used to the team. And there are definitely members on the team who I am happier with than others. So here we go into the overall stats for our league. Leading the league in kills so far is Spectrier with 12 kills on the Dutch Pyroars. If our highest kill member is Glastrier, coming in at 8th place with 7 kills. I've been very happy with Glastrier. And then Azelf is actually 10th place in the league too. I'm very happy with both those members. I think they've done a great job. And if we go into the kill death, I think they're on here as well. They're not, but they both have decent kill deaths as well. I think they've provided a lot of offense for our team, and I think our team can struggle with that at some point. The most brought in the league. The rest of these stats don't really matter until like closer to the end of the season, I think. Like the most brought, like 5, Azelf is 2nd. We bring Azelf every week, but there's a lot of mons, as you can see, that have been brought every week so far. So I'm just going to go into our team again and go a little more in depth. By the way, do you guys like this website? I think it's super dope that we're using this now. So let's go over each team member individually and talk about, you know, their season so far. So our number 1 overall pick was Landorus Therian. He's 4-4 in kill death so far this season. We've brought him every week 5 times. He's been a great pivot. He gets one, every match he's died, he's gotten a kill, which is pretty positive. I think, it's very useful to have him. I don't feel like we've unlocked its, full potential yet. Not a ton of offense. Obviously, it hasn't swept anybody. 4 kills is good, but it's not the greatest in the world. But we're mostly using him as sort of a defense, like mid-ground pivot thing, which can sometimes kind of get locked in this weird area where it doesn't really make sense. But overall, I'm pretty happy with Lando T. Next up, we have Buzzwole with 3 kills and 2 deaths in only 3 matches. So that's pretty good. He played pretty well against the Lansing Leafeons. I found Buzzwole very useful in that matchup. He was scarfed in that matchup, if that makes any difference. So, the 79 speed stat is really where this thing struggles the most. Of course, special defense and attack, but, you can work around those. It's not the fastest thing in the world, so I feel like having the scarf on it that week really helped. But you can't run that every week, obviously, because you need it for other roles, but it's interesting, and overall I'm happy with Buzzwole. Next up, we get into Glastrier, worth 14 points. So, kill death of 7 and 3 in only 4 matches. So, Glastrier's been amazing. I think one of the most underrated picks of the draft, in my opinion. I mean, 14 points is expensive, and clearly it's outperformed Buzzwole. But still, at that low speed, it's been able to tank so much for us. We've run AV. The 6 kills obviously came in that one match against Tay, but that just shows how powerful of a Pokemon it can be. And it's only died 3 out of the 4 times we brought it. So, been a key member. I'm excited to use it more. I find it is pretty situational, and I think since that 6-0, our opponents have prepped pretty well for it and will continue to prep well for it. But it still definitely serves a purpose and a very key purpose on our team. Next up, we have the Zelf, probably our MVP this season. Very underrated 13-point pick in my mind. It's our fastest member of the team at 115 speed, so that's another reason why we bring it almost every week. We are kind of a slow team. We're a very middle ground team in terms of speed. So bringing that 115 often allows us to, outspeed every Mon at speed 100 or, 105 speed. So that's why I pretty much take a Zelf all the time. Obviously, I still think about it when I'm prepping, and it's not like an auto bring every time, but it's very important. It's got 6 kills, and it's only died 3 of the 5 times we brought it to battle, which means I'm very careful with a Zelf. Oftentimes I need it to, its coverage is so perfect on the special side that I need it for certain threats, and I usually bring enough coverage to hit almost everything on their team. So again, very happy with the Zelf. This is where things start to get kind of iffy with our team, I think. Grimmsnarl, 13 points. Our Prankster user, our Lone Fairy type. I'm just not happy with Grimmsnarl. I thought this season, it's our second time using Grimmsnarl in the IBA. I thought this season we could make it work a little better. As you've seen, I haven't been able to do that. I know the freezes are just luck, but it just bothered me a lot. I find when I'm prepping, he's not super bulky even with the 95 HP. And he's not fast enough at all without Prankster to really justify investing anything into speed. The attack stat is good, but I find underwhelming because usually you don't pack a Choice Band or a Life Orb on this thing or any attack boosting item. You're mostly focused on that Prankster ability. It's been great. We haven't utilized the screens great. We haven't utilized Thunder Wave great for speed control. So there's that too. He's 1 kill and 3 deaths. So I know that doesn't necessarily matter. This is a support type Mon, but not happy with Grimmsnarl and actually looking to trade him. So possibly after this video, you might see a few different free agent / trades with other coaches, and this team might look a lot different in the second half of the season if we're going to get to that championship potential. Next up is Decidueye. Really happy with the 2 matches Decidueye has been brought to. He's very versatile. It's that defogger we need. People often don't expect it to be as strong as it is with the 107 base attack. I know we had a Choice Band set against the Lansing Leafeons, and he's the reason we won with the 2-0. He literally hasn't died, and we've only brought him twice, but he didn't die in either match, and they were both wins. So very happy with Decidueye. Great grass type. Gives us that ghost typing. And ultimately, yeah, just really happy with that pick. I wish I could bring him more. It's very situational still. But yeah, super happy. And not much else to say about Taechichu. I'm just excited that it's on the squad. Next up is Moltres. We've only brought one time and it didn't hit the field. That was in our 6-0 win against Tae. Oh, Moltres. I love Moltres as a Pokemon. I think it's very important to have a good fire type, or at least I thought it was going into the draft. Sorry, I keep getting distracted to the left of me, but at least I thought it was when I was drafting this Mon. It does help to have a defogger. Heavy duty boots do it wonders, but I find when I'm prepping for things, especially the I just can't really fit Moltres into this team. I find there's always just a better Mon to take, so that's why it was only brought once, and it didn't even hit the field. It's got great stats. I wish I could use it more, and spoilers, I actually do use it in tomorrow's battle versus Salty, but that might be package deal in the upcoming free agents you see, just because I don't feel like it fits the team super well, and there are moves we can make to make the team better, and part of that is including Moltres at those 10 points. Next up is Swampert. Brought twice, 1 kill, 2 deaths. Again, I've been underwhelmed with Swampert. I'm realizing now I don't like my ground type and I don't like water ground types that much because they're so weak to grass, and a lot of the big threats, like specifically Thunderous, get Grass Knot, and a lot of Mons get Grass Knot. Like I know Tapu Koko gets it, and it's just like things that you would want to switch in Swampert on oftentimes have grass coverage, especially Grass Knot, which just dummies us. So if you're not running a Rindo Berry, it doesn't really work out. I'm finding that also in the BBL, our other league, with Seismitoad. Same weakness. Excuse me. But that being said, I think it's good enough to keep on the team, and it will not be included in free agent decisions going forward. I'm going to keep trying this thing out. 110 base attack, 100 base speed, and 90 defenses. It's really good. Again, it's on the slower side, but I feel like there's a lot of potential with Swampert that we can unlock in the second half of the season, and I want to keep him on the squad for that reason. Next up, we have Duraludon. Only brought once and went 1-1. This was a very specific Dracovish answer we had. I never liked Duraludon, really. I thought I could try to fit him into this squad, but he really just doesn't seem to want to fit in. Again, great special attack, great speed. Well, not great speed, sorry. Okay speed, but just the special defense is terrible, and I find Dragon types overrated anyway. They really only hit Dragon. There's a lot of powerful types out there. So if we can get a different Steel type, I don't mind losing out on that Dragon typing that much. So yeah, keep your eye out for that. Ultimately, I'm not happy with Duraludon. Again, finding when I'm prepping, there's just so much. Our team has so many more answers than Duraludon, and to try to fit him into a poke team of 6 just isn't working. And for 8 points, I feel like we could get him on that does work more often. Next up, we have Weezing. So Weezing, one of my favorite mons just in general. I always point out the coughing painting behind me there. Actually, you kind of can't really see it right now. But Weezing's been good for what it is. It's been a switch in for us in the 2 games it's come against Rebel and Tae. One was a win, one was a loss. It gives us T-Spikes, but I find this team isn't super hazard oriented. It gives us a solid Will-O-Wisp, which we have in Decidueye. Yeah, I'm kind of meh on Weezing on this team. It is nice to have the physical defense, and it's not something that I would want to give up. But if we do get a different poison type, Weezing will be on the trading block or the free agent market for sure. It has no kills this season. It's one of the only members on our team without kills. I think there's 3 members on our team without kills. No, only 2. No, there's 3. Moltres as well, yeah. So it's definitely on the block. It's nice having Levitate. It's nice having Neutralizing Gas. But yeah, I just haven't really found... again, it's Weezing, so it is a niche mon anyway, but I haven't really... I think there's better things we can do with this team, and I wouldn't expect Weezing to be on the roster for the second half of the season. And then last up, we have Manectric. We were kind of forced into Manectric. It's a lightning immunity, sort of fast at over base 100 speed. We've only brought it week 1, and that's because I thought it was a good match against Gokey, and even in that match, it didn't get a kill. But it was bringing us momentum, and it did its job well in that match. This is just another mon that's hard to justify bringing multiple weeks, but I think it's good for our team, actually. Like, the more I think about it, there's not too many, like, without sacrificing a lot of points, which we really don't have, there's not too many electric types out there that I really want. I wanted Xurkitree, and it is available in the free agent market right now, but I just don't feel like he's worth the points, if that makes sense. So I think Manectric will stay around unless something severely changes with our free agency before the deadline. So those are kind of my thoughts on every single team member. That might have ran a bit long. I don't know how long we're going. No, I think it's okay. I mean, I wanted to do this, right? Because we normally, last season, we did team builders every week, and you kind of got to see my thoughts on everything. So I wanted to do this video where we talk just about each individual member, as well as the league a little bit as a whole. I still really love this team. So moving into kind of the rankings again, just to see how everything shakes out. I think we definitely end up in the playoffs. We do have a bit of a tough schedule ahead of us with Salty tomorrow, and then we play Wes, who's 5-0 right now. Obviously a crazy good team. We do end up playing the Dutch Pyroars as well, who's about the same as us right now. And then we battle the Atlanta Braviaries and the Houston Haxorus. So we have some winnable games for sure. I think we can win almost every game. Like I said, I believe in this team, so I think we're in a good position, at least right now, to make the playoffs, and I think we can make a push, especially if these free agent / trade things go through that I was just talking about. I don't want to spoil them. I'm going to make Instagram posts about them, and maybe I'll make a video, but yeah. I don't want the other coaches watching this and then stealing our ideas. Boys, I'm watching you. And that's pretty much it. That's pretty much all I wanted to walk you guys through. I did want to show you just kind of what the tier list looks like for when we're picking up mons. So each mon is assigned a point value here, and you kind of have to scroll through this and see if they're still available. Every mon in red has been selected, and every mon white is available. It goes all the way down to 1 point. I won't bother scrolling, but we have a list of banned mons here, and then this was our tier system for the draft. So a little bit of insider info for you in terms of how that works. So that's going to be it for this one. This is our mid-season review. I don't really have much more to say. I think we're making playoffs. I've been very mixed about this team so far, but I do still respect the team. Happy with our performances to date. I think we have a lot of winnable games going forward. So that being said, if you enjoyed the video, please don't forget to leave a like, drop a like, smash the like, comment, let me know your thoughts. Again, I think this is kind of interesting given no team builders. So yeah, let me know what you thought of the season so far. And of course, triple check if you're subscribed. It is the best and freest way ever to support our channel. We are pushing for 300 before the end of the year, so that would be super duper great if we could get there. I love you guys very much. We'll see you in the next one tomorrow at 10 a.m. Peace. I usually do peace with my left hand, so that was weird.